or pandemics. The world is more intertwined more than ever before. Globalization cannot be reversed. It's a globalized world. Whether we like it or not, we have to learn to live with globalization. The rule of the game now is how to live with globalization and make sure that we act in unison to build the global preparedness and the global resistance. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Dr. Tedros. And maybe one more last question from Kigali, from Rwanda. Christophe, can you hear us?
Yes, I can hear you. Thank you very much. Let me come on PPE. People are very, very scared of the disease, and it had created panic. And they're doing everything that's just to protect themselves. They are now wearing gloves. The gloves are not in recommended safety kits. What do you can you say about the role of gloves or impact of it in preventing the spread of the disease? Thank you.
Let me start with that. So first, let me just acknowledge the point that you've made that people are scared. I think it's really important that we do recognize that this is scary, that people are scared, and that's normal. What we need to make sure that people have is reliable information about what is this virus, how does it spread, how do we protect ourselves and our loved ones, and what role do each of us have to play in this fight against this pandemic. And I think that that's really, really important. Know where you can get reliable information. You can always come to WHO, our website, and these press conferences, and your leaders, and national guidance on that. So it's important that you get accurate information. There's a lot of false information that's out there, and we've been working very hard to ensure that we try to correct any false statements that are out there and any myths that particularly that can harm people. But being scared is normal. What we need to do is channel that energy into something positive and making sure that you know what you can do to protect yourselves. What we do know that works in terms of your hands and in terms of what you need to do is washing your hands. We say this all the time, and it may not be the most exciting thing, but it's the most important thing that you can do to protect yourselves. We have this hand washing challenge that's online right now of getting you to show us how you actually wash your hands. And I think this is a wonderful, positive way to enforce this. Every single person that washes their hands is protecting themselves and is protecting others. So make sure you do this appropriately with soap and water, or use an alcohol-based rub, but post those videos online because we would really, really love to see them from everybody. And get your family members to do that too. The use of gloves are important in healthcare settings, making sure that healthcare workers are using them when they're caring for patients. We have guidance around the use of personal protective equipment for healthcare providers in healthcare settings or in home care. Really, wash your hands as much as you possibly can, and please send us those videos.
And that is hashtag Safe Hands. So hashtag Safe Hands to see the video. Dr. Ryan, would you like to add something before we close?
No, just to emphasize Maria's point. We must prioritize protective equipment for frontline health workers who are going to be taking care of our sick. And we also need to re-emphasize the point that Paul made. We need to be sure that health workers all over the world have access to that equipment. And we need to see equity in access according to risk. And we are pushing very, very hard for that. Yes, we need to support our communities and teach and communicate with people how to avoid infection. But protective equipment is not necessary to protect yourself or necessarily to protect others. But we do need to protect our frontline health workers. They're the ones that are taking the highest risks and the ones we need to take care of our loved ones should they fall sick. Over.
And with regard to PPE, as you know, there is a market failure, and we're working with the private sector to increase production, because when there is the supply and demand mismatch, I think improving the supply side will be important, and I was very much encouraged by the commitment from the private sector to increase production, but at the same time ensure equity. This is very important.
Thank you very much, Dr. Ryan, Dr. Tedros, Dr. Van Kerkhove, and our Chief Operations Support Logistics, Paul Molinaro. Thanks everyone for watching us. The opening remarks of Dr. Tedros have been already posted. If you go to our website and you go to a page of Director General, under speeches, you will find it there. But we will send it in any case with an audio file very soon, and hopefully transcript will be available tomorrow, and hope to see you again on Wednesday. Have a nice evening, everyone.
Thank you, Tariq. Okay, so see you soon.